Building a home is one of the biggest financial decisions you're ever going to make. And who you choose as a builder can make or break that decision. Today, we're going to talk about local builders, national builders, and private builders. Or if you're going to buy land and try and build a house yourself, well, get a builder to build it. I'll also touch on whether you should buy land first or get that package deal, the costs you might not expect, and the pitfalls surrounding home building. Let's get started. So you're thinking about building a house in Memphis in the Mid-South or in DeSoto County. Well, let's get started in this one. You need to know what you're going to do. Are you going to build a house from a national builder in a neighborhood? You're going to buy a local builder that maybe 5 or 6 builders in one neighborhood? Or you're going to do private where you buy the land and find the builder, or you buy from private builder where he is going to own the land, own the lot, and then you're going to build a house from them. Whatever decision you make, I'm Amy Clark with Crylike Realtors. I'll be happy to help you make these decisions, guide you through the process, whether you need to be in Memphis, in the suburban areas, or in Mississippi, in any of the counties in Mississippi that I'm licensed in. I'm here to help. Welcome to living in Memphis in the Mid-South. Thanks for watching. Let's get into it. What builder do you need? If you choose a nationwide builder, say D.R. Horton, they've got a very streamlined process. They buy in bulk, which can save you money. They have floor plans for you you can pick from. It depends on when you're buying the house. If you pick the lot you want to choose, because they're going to do a neighborhood, it's going to be pretty cookie cutter, but different floor plans available. So you'll pick a lot, and then they'll give you options on flooring and countertop choices, colors. Usually they'll have their paint color that they use throughout every house, so that's probably not a choice for you. But they're going to be very efficient. They're going to have a variety of floor plans for you. They're going to always offer a warranty program. And state of Mississippi actually gives you a 10-year home builder warranty, and that's in law in the state of Mississippi. Well, with the cons, you're going to be very limited in your customization. So if you want to say, oh, I love this floor plan, but the bedroom's a little too small, that's not going to be an option. They're going to stick to their floor plan. They're not going to open doors, make them wider, like wheelchair access. They're not going to do those kinds of things. So you are limited in your construction. The houses are going to be similar, but you're going to get amenities in a neighborhood. You're going to have access to public water, city sewage, electricity, internet, all that kind of stuff. Everything a neighborhood has, but you're also going to get maybe a pool, maybe an HOA to keep up with the pool, maybe a gym, playgrounds right near schools. It's going to be one of those things. So whether you're buying from a builder that already has their floor plans and their neighborhood and their land, so you're buying the land and the floor plan and the house all in one package. You always can use a realtor in this situation, and they're going to protect you, and they're also going to bring in an outside independent home inspector as the process is going along. And you can always use a home inspector twice in this process: before you buy the house, under contract, as they're building it, and then once your warranty is almost up, you're going to take everything you need that maybe you saw some defects in the property, have that inspector come back in and look at the property again so that you can get an idea of what you would like the builder to correct within the 1-year home warranty. So that's always a good deal to have. Always have an inspector on your side. So that's with new construction and a national builder. They're going to have a highly rated reputation, and you can always ask people in the neighborhood, how was their experience when they built the house through this particular company? Would you use them again? Would you buy another house from them? How was the process? Did it take too long? These are all questions you're going to need to know the answers to before you make a decision. And what you really need. And a lender can always help in the financing of this process. A local lender get you right through the process. 6 to 9 months typically in our area, depending on weather. Weather can always mess up a home build. And if that's the case, we can extend the contract and we can amend it to make sure that you can close on the right time, do your final walkthrough, and move into your house after closing, you get the keys with that one. Really, pro tip, always ask people around how their experience was when using this particular builder. And this is true for the Mid-South area, but it's also true for any other city and state in this country. You can always, depending, like I said earlier, depending on when you buy the house, the process, if the house is already built and ready to go, you're gonna have zero upgrades available. You're gonna get what you get buying that house. If the house is under construction, you may be able to change some of your customization options for you, depending on the builder, if they allow that. Or if you buy it from ground up, land only, then that one, you probably have the most customization as far as decor goes and tastes and this kind of thing, what you want specific to your house. Color of carpet, color of tile, countertops, sinks, these kinds of things are gonna be available to you depending on when you decide to purchase the house. From ground, 7 to 9 months to build, the middle of construction, maybe 3 to 4 months out, or the house is already completed and ready to buy. You can have that house to you in 30 days. So that is one thing about buying from a builder, a nationwide builder or a local builder that is already doing business, building neighborhoods. They're in the construction zone. They're not worried about you buying this house. They own the land. They can sell it to you. They can sell it to someone else. Doesn't matter to them. So that's how a nationwide builder or a local builder will do. All right, so that is rundown of a nationwide builder and what they can do. When you buy from a local builder, say I was selling some houses in Piperton, which is outside of Shelby County. It's the next county over, and it's very close to other city next to Collierville. So you have Memphis, Germantown, Collierville, Piperton, and they're building really nice houses over there. Several builders will be in one neighborhood, so you can choose from different builders. It's not gonna look like one builder, same floor plans, cookie cutter. This will be a little different. You're gonna have a lot more customization available to you when you buy from a local builder. Now, in my experience with this, these builders, usually the president of the Homeowners Association or the Home Builders Association, they need to have a good reputation and be well respected in the home building area. So these builders are gonna be very customizable. So when I was working with this one particular builder in Piperton, he allowed you to take the floor plan and say, this bedroom is too small. I don't want this bedroom. I want it extended this way. Oh, the garage, too small. Let's do a 2.5 car garage, a tandem garage, which they could do. They could take out, they could extend. A tandem garage is when you have one car, 2 cars side by side, and then you have a car behind it. So you can have a 2.5 car garage or a 3 car garage. This tandem experience garage will actually allow you to put one of those giant, the biggest truck you can put with the extended bed and everything. You will have room in a tandem garage. So a local builder will give you some flexibility. They will give you lighting choices, upgrades, options. These can get out of hand very quickly. You could spend 60, 70, 80, maybe $100,000 more depending on your choices. And these builders are happy to do that. They are happy to get you what you want. Now, what they will ask of you, because they'll own the land, you can pick your lot. It will start from scratch. You can design, customize your floor plan, and you will take 6 months, 8 months, 9 months, a year, maybe longer, depending on weather, construction costs, supply chain. When we went through COVID, windows weren't coming in for 12 months. So you couldn't build your house and finish your house during COVID. I had one house last 18 months building it from a local builder because they don't have the opportunity like national builders to buy in bulk and to buy lots and lots of materials and have it on hand. So every choice in a local builder is going to be individualized, customized to you, your preferences, and it just may take however long it takes to get that done and corrected. So they're going to have a knowledge of the area. They're going to know how to get all the permits done. They're going to know all the things, and their reputation really does matter. It makes a difference. My parents built a house in South Louisiana many, many years ago. I was very young, and they took this builder, and he had a very big reputation. He was building the country clubs and the racket clubs, and he was doing all these things. And my parents bought the land. They built a house from this builder. And I won't mention his name because later he did change his name and move out of the country. So his reputation was shot. My parents caught this man trying to sell their customized house while it was being built. They would drive up there and he's trying to sell the house to anybody that would come near it. Well, we finally moved in the house about 2 years later, and we had a cathedral ceiling, an 18-foot cathedral ceiling in the living room, the great room, and had custom bookshelves and beams on the ceilings. You know, it was just a gorgeous, and the 18-foot fireplace right in the center of the custom bookshelves. And my mom built a fire. Of course, you don't do that in South Louisiana very often, but my mom built a fire, and the attic caught on fire because he built the facade of the fireplace right in the center so you could see it. But at that time, you didn't really get inspections, didn't do anything like that. So they didn't know that when you walked into the garage, into the attic in the garage, the fireplace was just open. It wasn't built. It was only built on one side. Their air conditioners were stolen during the process. You know, it was such a hassle. And they say if you can survive building a house with your spouse, you'll be married forever. It is a very tough process. It can be very heart-wrenching, and it's a huge financial risk. So be careful, make sure you get the right builder, check their reputation. And in today's day and age, you can check someone's reputation online in a heartbeat. It is easy to do. So just check out these local builders, make sure they have a good reputation, and you can get a more personalized experience from the builder himself. He'll sit down and talk to you. He'll ask you for probably 10% down payment up front. So, I mean, I've watched people sign over $150,000 checks to the builder, and that's just 10% of the house he's gonna build for you. Meaning when he is available, he is on site. He's checking out the work that his contractors are doing. He's making sure that everything's fine. Do not drive on his driveway. The driveways, when they are poured, you do not want any contractor, homeowner, anybody driving on that driveway for at least 60 to 90 days. You want that set. A builder does not want to replace a driveway. Do not drive on new driveways. That's one of the tips I learned very quickly from the builder. So, but the big advantage of that is you can see the builder, he's on site, he's watching what is happening with his build. So this is great. So we're just watching him, he's watching you. Now, if you are in his business a little too much, he will kick you out of the contract. He will give you your money back and say, please don't come on my property again. So there's a balance, there's a check and balance here. There's a realtor involved, hopefully, so that I can tell you how to not get your money returned to you and you haven't lost anything, and to stay, you know, within good graces with the builder. That's very important. The final goal is to get you into your dream house, not to fight with the builder. So that's what we're not trying to do here. Do you buy the land and then hire a private builder? That is one way to do it, yes. A lot of builders like to own the land that they're putting their house on. So when you don't pay your bill, they still own the house and the land. So that's a little touchy subject, but you talk to the builder. Now, a friend of mine built a house where she owned the land and she got a builder in DeSoto County. It was fabulous. She built a gorgeous house. She talked to the builder every day. They really worked together well. The only downfall was it took about 16 months to build, and she lived in a RV trailer, a one-bedroom RV trailer on her land, watching construction or watching no construction. When it's cold, when it's rainy, when it's muddy, this mess that contractors can make, it can be heart-wrenching when you're building like that and you have to live on the property at the same time. That's always something that can be very disheartening. But private builders, they need to be members of the association, whether it's in Mississippi and DeSoto County, the Home Builders Association. They need to be licensed, bonded, insured. They need to have all this reputational baggage behind them. They need to have this behind them so that you can feel comfortable giving your money and giving your dream over to someone who's going to build your dream for you. That's the big deal. So take your time, look at the builders. Now, whether you buy the land, the financing could be a little tricky there on buying the land and then financing a house on top of that. So just work through your builder. Talk to several builders. In DeSoto County, the builders, there's Pintail Construction. They've been in North Mississippi, building in Hernando and Olive Branch, South Haven for a long time. They even build in Oxford, so that's great. They have lots of experience with over 20 years. You have Dream Home Construction. They've been in DeSoto County for 22 years, award-winning in DeSoto County. So that's fabulous. You can always find these things. Now in Tennessee, Memphis and Germantown, you're gonna have Ken Garland Custom Homes with over 57 years experience. He was former president of the Memphis Area Home Builders Association. Under his leadership, he received the Customer Service Award for 2022. So Ken Garland Custom Homes in Tennessee, and you're gonna have Magnolia Homes. They like to build custom homes in Germantown, and you're gonna get a lot of attention from them. They've been building since 1987. And they build fine luxury homes. So Ken Garner combines entrepreneurial spirit and his passion for building to exceed his clients' expectations. So that's the kind of thing you're looking for when you're looking for a custom home builder. They need have the association behind them. They need to have a good reputation, and they need to go above and beyond. Always look for their experiences, what they've done. Ask if you can get, references, see what they've done, go by these houses, look at what's going on. So that's just a couple of companies. There's so many builders in Memphis and DeSoto County. You will have lots and lots of options to choose from. So just make sure that you know what you want. You want to buy land, you want to be out in the country, you want to have a well, a septic tank, all these kinds of things. You have to put a culvert in, a driveway. These are all things that can really add up. And then having a builder on top of that, build your house for you. And it can take, especially a private builder that only builds 1 or 2, 3 builds at a time, then they may or may not have access to everything a national builder or a bigger company would have, one that's building in a neighborhood or something like that. You can buy your land, you can build your house, you can hire someone to build your house that gets all the permits and everything, or you can do a builder that already has land and he does the land package with the land and the house package together. Now, you need to determine how much customization you want, if you need to find your own floor plan, if you need to adjust it, or if you would take some of the headache out of it and buy something that's been built time and time and time again in a neighborhood with, say, Adams Home or D.R. Horton Home. These homes, they have their bulk buying, they have their manufactured plans ready, they have everything under control. They have their crews, their plumbers, everything is already under their timeline, and they're building a house. They will build it, you can buy it, you can not buy it, you can move on somewhere else. When you're doing with a private builder and building land, you're pretty much stuck with him until the end of that. And a lot of those guys don't want to mess with a realtor. So when you're using the really private single land, buying a house type thing, so they really don't want to mess with a realtor too much. But always, whether you're using a realtor or not, always get an independent eyes to look at your project during the construction, right when it's done. And when it's going to be done is about 30 days out when they start putting the landscaping in. When they put the grass in, the trees in, all around the property. When you're getting your landscaping, you are very close to moving into your new house. So for one of my pro tips, I want you to know that there are things that can go wrong, horribly wrong. Permits and fees can be unexpected costs. The builder needs to have that already under control. When you're hiring a builder, make sure he knows about the permits. He's done this before. Don't buy a house from a builder that hasn't built a house before. Their upgrades, they can be huge cost hindrances on your budget. Weather delays, supply chain delays, manufacturing delays, these things can all be unexpected and can change your schedule so quickly. And avoid miscommunication between you and the builder. Have everything in writing, have it signed, make sure that there's no misunderstandings. Aside from that, have a contingency budget. It says 10 to 15% is what you need in a contingency. I would rather have a 20 to 30% contingency budget when building. You don't know when lumber goes up, when windows can't come in, how long you're gonna actually have to stay in the RV or stay in the rental that you're in until your house is completed. So always have a contingency budget for those unexpected surprises. Choosing a builder is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make, whether you choose a local builder, a national builder, or a private builder, or you go and buy land. Please ask the right questions, do your research before you make this huge financial decision. If you're building in Memphis or DeSoto County, I'd love to help you. I can guide you through the process to get you going down this exciting journey of building a house. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. Tap the bell for notifications so you'll be the first to know everything there is to know about living in Memphis in the Mid-South and building a home in Memphis in the Mid-South. Thanks for watching another episode. Don't miss the next one.